Welcome to Genshin Impact stream. First one in a while. I really need to finish the. We need to finish the quest. I don't think we're going to get much time for anything else. Oh, I've been so busy and a bit lazy, and that is why I have not been streaming. And I have been a fool, an idiot. I've been doing dumb stuff. Do it, let's wish. One wish. See if that works. One heater, no. But yeah, I've missed some content. I have been a bit stupid. But, oh, I did not see this was here. Okay, this is good. Oh, okay. I normally do this stuff in my own time anyway, so, well. I've not even been playing in my own time. That is how much of an idiot I have been. To be fair, I've been watching other VTubers. I've been making ideas. I had a list of things to talk about, but now I am not sure where it is. Is it this one? Actually, it might be this notebook here. Whoop, whoop. It's under my bloody... all the wires and cables. No. No, it is not. Where would I put it? My PC gets so warm.
This place is pretty dead.
I'd really like to buy like one of those very expensive water cooling ones at some point. Because I really like the PC I've got. It's very good. It works for streaming, but it gets very hot when I'm streaming. It gets a bit hot, quite hot while I'm gaming anyway. And then it makes me sweat, and just before I start sweating, I get very itchy, which is what I am now. Feeling now, sorry. It's so annoying. Yeah, and I've just been, oh god. You can even see how much I saved stuff like exploring this for stream, for exploring this bit for stream. Oh boy, and I've not done any of it at all. Well, barely any. But no point in dwelling on the past. So we need to be at the Opera Appliques or the court. You know what? What are we doing? No, out. Yeah, where's the quests? Where are my quests? No, I want the... That's one quest. Navigate to... Very good. Yeah, supposed to be here. Teleport. So yeah, where I have been is I have spent most of the past week revising for my German oral, then getting very burnt out, then revising more for the oral, then getting burnt out just in time not to stream, and so on and so on. And even though I enjoy streaming and it will probably stop me from being burnt out, I am being lazy and I'm not being particularly creative now either, to be fair. Back in. Oh yay, it's loaded. Forward. Okay, so participate in the trial. You see, yeah, my school, their way of, we do the international battle order at my school, and it's all a little bit fucked the way they do it, from what I gather anyway. Oh, my throat does not feel good at all. I do have some thoughts, but let's take things step by step.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen.
Always good plan.
We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happens than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Oh, yes! Yes! It's what I made the thumbnail for.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your
Actually, I
investigation
just like
go?
to check I am indeed streaming.
Honest? You might be
It says
disappointed.
everything's working. I don't trust
No,
it.
no. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed? Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed.
That's what you
That
think.
was to be expected, of course. The guilty can
it's
never produce
working.
proof of their
We're already
innocence.
very grateful that...
But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, don't worry.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Very good. Session. Is that right? I don't know.
Thank you, Mr.
I
Linney.
don't know.
In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see.
If my human
But
Beetles
when
really
the
love
count
me,
reached
you
30
guys will...
seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
also rent the apartment unit next to me and film me from my window and pin pictures of me all up over the wall and everything. Too much work, I'll just hide in your closet. That's not romantic enough,
You
okay?
heard a noise
I just
that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Oh, okay. They probably represent the Oratrice's stand on the trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
Oh, the lines!
The heart?
The line things! They're for Tui. Da da da!
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were
my
what
dad.
Fatsui's doing.
So,
Now it all makes
I'm
sense.
gonna mute up for a
I've got
bit.
a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Kidnap, you know, that... What makes you think that's not what I want? Maybe a girl just wants to be held captive, you know? You know? Maybe that's what we all want every once in a while. Hmm? If my human beetles really love me, you guys would also rent the apartment unit next to me and film me from my window and pin pictures of me all up over the wall and everything. Too much work, I'll just hide in your closet. That's not romantic enough, okay? I just kidnap you, know that. What makes you think that's not what I want? Maybe a girl just wants to...
So if you say dial at the end of a sentence, it makes it cuter?
Yeah, cuter and more friendly.
Enya, I'm gonna kill you! Dial!
Kuso dayo!
Kawaii dial!
Kuso dayo, Peria!
Murder dial!
Help!
Help dial! No one can help you dial!
Useless War Thunder facts you didn't know. Inside the cockpit of the Mi-24, there is a small fan which is actually animated. I wonder why. At first, the Abrams turret cheeks appear to be symmetrical. However, when you take a closer look, it's quite the opposite. The oldest tank in War Thunder is the British Independent, being built in 1926, and at low speeds, it actually has a stabilizer. It's possible to search up exact vehicles for any tech tree.
Hey Nokia, you make indestructible phones that are more sturdy than most tanks. But you were founded in 1865, a month after the US Civil War ended. What did you make then?
We started out as a regular paper mill, and then we just let the ADHD take over, and boom, we did everything. So we did other paper products, aluminum, plastics, personal computers. We did boots. I'm unclear if it was with or without the fur. And then we even did tires for, like, cars and bikes.
Wow, you guys have done everything. Why'd you get out of tires?
Because we make indestructible products, and if we had indestructible tires, that is not a sustainable market practice.
Did you make anything for the military?
Yeah, we did radio communications devices for Finland that could probably also be used to beat people to death. And that all kind of made sense. We also did gas masks. Doesn't make any sense.
Why didn't you guys make body armor, just a chest plate that holds a bunch of your phones? Literally nobody would ever die again.
Yeah, that was definitely a huge missed opportunity, and in 2012...
Useless.
Hey Nokia, you make indestructible phones that are more sturdy than most tanks. But you were founded in 1865, a month after the US Civil War ended. What did you make then?
We started out as a regular paper mill, and then we just let the ADHD take over, and boom, we did everything. So we did other paper products, aluminum, plastics, personal computers. We did boots. I'm unclear if it was with or without the fur. And then we even did tires.
Did you guys know the Rurouni Kenshin author is a real...
I think they're done talking about what they were talking about.
Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pressing next to doubt there.
Indeed. Then perhaps
What's
you
this?
could tell us.
Okay, there's evidence. Ooh, okay. Okay.
Everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it.
Yeah.
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Lenny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Okay, I'm just gonna click through all this.
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
We're still gonna win the case. We have big brain, I think.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What What should we do now?
I can't believe she's optimistic audience member. She's a bitch. I'm just saying. Permission to speak?
Granted.
Yes. Okay. My client has withheld some key information. My defense cannot proceed.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary?
Yeah.
They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
You're gonna speak?
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys.
Whoopsie.
Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Vtui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, how can we tell this isn't just another lie?
Right. So, you
lying.
be the judge. Heck,
Evil.
if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
Yeah.
You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry.
Whee!
Please forgive us.
I forgot I had those. I can use them. I should be using them.
You both say that, but...
Explain the other issue first. Where did you actually go while the trick was being performed?
Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
I keep looking at my system temperature. It's very, very hot in my room. In the room I'm streaming in right now. That's why I'd like a PC that can be a bit colder someday. be quite a lot colder actually. And this is a very good PC. It's custom made to be cold. Like, that's what I spent most of the money on. But it's still very hot. I'm in a small room and I've opened the window to try and cool it down a bit more, but it's not doing much to help, unfortunately. And what did you find? Tell me.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice.
Oh dear. Who?
Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Okay.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
But why do you want to understand how the Oratrice Mécanique de l'Is Cardinal operates?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time.
You
it
sure?
was never my wish to proceed under
You sure about that?
Trust either.
Hmm.
But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
So I'm gonna move my wings a bit, just to see that they don't get in the way so much. I can fold them up as well, like behind me. But I don't have the buttons up and I've forgotten how to. But are they out of the way now? Yeah, kinda. I believe in the facts, and I will defend you from these charges. I believe that judgment will be dispensed as it should. Oh, okay. Good, fun.
Thank you.
We are going
Thanks
to
for
win.
giving us a chance.
The current
Win.
problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two.
We'll get them in the second half.
Hydro Archon's accusations. We're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Actually, we already have the key evidence we need.
Huh?
The adjournment's almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks
Do
she
you
gets what
really
need.
miss emergency food? Yeah, I'm not reading that. If you want to read it, pause and unpause. Very easy. And I'm probably going to watch this back a couple of times too anyway, so also I'm trying not to talk over the voice lines.
Both parties have returned to their positions.
Because this is so I can remember things as well as have the fun streamy stuff here.
Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Yep.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny red-handed.
No, that's not true. None of these are true. We will win.
So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic
Where's the
box
accomplice?
in the audience stand.
Where?
Before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident.
Okay. So now we have
There
to
you
refute
have
this.
it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
Yeah.
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Linny experienced, and what he saw.
Okay, thank you.
Seem.
So, okay, what's this?
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
I'm tempted just to rush through some of this stuff because I am a little bit upset. Linny knocked Halsey out using the vase and moved her close to prevent her being identified. However, wasn't really in tunnel at the time. North Opera House. It must have been fake.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
I kind of want to rush through this a little bit. I can't lie too much. What is this one again? I'm trying to rush through this too much. Carol walked in Linny to the glass vase, leading to the victim's death. The assistant evidence indicates that when Linny returned to the tunnel, the crime already took place. Ah, this. Yes.
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Yep. Ace Attorney! Paimon! Yep, no. I've got to press. Do I have to click? Yeah, I have to click.
Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Yeah! Innocent. Take that for Arena. We win. Heh. Oh, it's neutral. Okay, fine. Fine. I am going to take an idle break. Well done, Paimon! Woo!
Wasn't it awesome?
Idle break. Hehe. Bye.
other words, you believe that he
I'm
knew
back.
nothing of the incident?
Yep.
That's right.
Moreover, I believe the opposition's reasoning is flawed. Yeah, I went up to little longer. I went off to get my watch, so I actually know what the time is, which is useful. And a protein shake, because it tastes freaking horrible. No, it's not bad actually, but I have a strawberry one that tastes much nicer. And I got this one, which is a white chocolate flavour, in case it tasted any good. It's really not. I don't like protein shakes in terms of taste anyway, really, so I don't know why I got it. I've got about 3 litres worth currently, so I should be able to get rid of them fairly fast. It's even more calories per protein bit than the other one, which is stupid. Why would I get them? Become an idiot. Yeah, but it's not as nice as the other ones, so I'm going to try and get rid of them while I'm streaming. Yeah, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed. Yes.
My reasoning?
You fucking moron. The onstage equipment is clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion. However you say, Carol bumped into Linny by chance. This does not make sense, you dummy, dum-dum.
Then if Carol hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that
Your
what you
moustache.
say is
It's a bit
true,
stupid.
Lenny only needed
I love
to
that
kidnap
moustache,
the
it's so
young
fucking
girl
funny.
to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Yeah.
They have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
You got it, boss.
Well,
Woman.
Your denial is very strident, I'll give you that.
The bars are
What
back.
proof do you have to back your claims?
Do you remember how you initially refuted Linny's alibi? Wait, how you refuted Linny's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time...
He wasn't in the
how
magic
could he
box
have
the whole
not heard
time.
that sound? Did you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Yes, precisely. Your claim has now become a weapon. Your claim has also become a critical clue. Strange sound?
That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance.
Yeah!
This means that when the crime happened,
I've left my
Lenny
window
had
open
already
behind me.
entered the
I think it's keeping me a bit cool.
via the vent.
Yeah.
The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof. How do you like
So what's my temperature at now?
Well played.
Oh, cooling
To think you'd use
40
such
degrees.
logic.
Has it reduced? Has it reduced over the last 30
Well
minutes?
then,
I think so.
if it wasn't
Yeah.
Linny who committed the crime,
10
then
minutes.
who was it?
That's pretty good now. Huh? Okay, this is more manageable, 40 degrees. I tried once to stream on a PC. I've put it under here. I'm kicking it now. And that got really bloody hot, and I tried to see if you could modify it. Apparently, Dell welded the case shut, so you can't. Yeah, I tried to make it so it was cool when it could actually run my stream, but that's why for ages I couldn't stream until I had my model set up and stuff. Now I am just being fucking idiotic, essentially, about streaming. I really should. You know, it is the only way to grow as a channel. I have no idea why I don't. Well, I do. It's me being dumb. But yeah, okay, on to the stream. I said I wanted to speed up. The murderer was. Okay, thank you. Now, the murderer was. Oh. Okay. Yes, reading very fast. I'm reading my speed. Well, actually I'm reading a bit slower, but I'm trying to think of things to say in a way.
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary... The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant.
Yes. He did it himself. Yes. He wait. Yeah, he killed him. He's the villain.
The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Yeah! Cowell the deceased. Best king name.
How
Yeah,
interesting.
Cowell the deceased.
Let's
Alexander
hear
the Great.
your reasoning then.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Okay.
No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The sound we heard may have come from a clash. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention.
No, did she get dissolved? I think.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our... It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would Linny was not in the tunnel at that...
Oh, okay, fine.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant.
So I'm gonna select this.
The sound we heard may have come... No one entered or left the opera... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
What? Okay. Oh, that bit's incorrect. Okay.
Halsey's clothing.
Oh, do we have to get it in correct order? I'm just gonna click on them randomly now.
Cowell. It would have been tough for both people to...
Okay, okay, fine. I don't understand which order we're supposed to be doing this stuff in.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that...
I'm not sure which...
No one entered or left the opera house.
Yeah, is this all good? You literally gave me one to pick. Okay, this is just weird. I'm opening to my milkshake, not milkshake, protein shake. No, it tastes like custard. That's the thing I think I don't like about it. It tastes like custard. It's more liquidy as well. Like I can't even, you know, put it on something that would be good with custard.
What's wrong, Traveler?
That's not bad though.
Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Vanilla custard's an alright flavour, but still. Where in the world did Halsey go?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it.
Yeah, definitely prefer strawberry and cream.
Still far from the truth.
By a lot.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the
I've got an idea. I have an idea.
seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Magic. Escaping from the water tank. Yes. Yes, it is. Primordial
Excuse
water.
my interruption, dear opponents. But do you not see that the crowd is
Who does she
growing
sound like?
impatient?
She sounds someone familiar. I can't remember.
House than an awkward delay in the performance.
Yes, we're very sorry. What? Okay, I mean, I do get
If
that
the defense is
in a
unable
way,
to make further effective
but it's not a
arguments,
great judge.
We will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Yes. Hold on a second.
Linny
Big
was
brain
not
time.
in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
Yes.
The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
Yes.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. he would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
And what's this one?
The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. No one entered or left the... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The vase was not broken by chance.
Yeah, so literally, this is the correct one, I think. Yeah, good. Now if you click again, I'm using spacebar because I'm drinking my right hand. Okay, fine.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped.
Yes.
Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
I request that we examine Cowell's personal effects. We might find something there.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased Cowell.
Thank you. Wait, is he magistrate
We are
or just
still
judge?
examining the items, but we have already made critical
Yeah,
progress
he's just
that we
judge,
feel
isn't he?
must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately.
Okay.
The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are... water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice.
Yes, worried.
Many
We
entries
will
concerning
win.
safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject.
But we've won. We win.
Such,
we win the
believe
case.
that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You gotta be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but...
Oh shit, I just worried. But it's probably true.
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl...
Yes?
Just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Yes, the mafia.
What about your partners?
Well, the French mafia.
Just trust me.
To be fair, I know Risley is a British name, so is there some Italian?
It is undeniable that further
I mean,
examination of the
Piedmont
deceased's personal
used to be
effects has yielded some
Italian,
surprising results.
like the area
We
with
cannot
Nice in
yet
it.
verify the veracity of these clues. Still, Let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along
She's
these
been
lines.
fucking dissolved,
Linney,
Mr.
it
Nouveau.
appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Thank you
Of
very
course.
much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism. The rope that held the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and snapped. As such, the focus here is on the water and not the tank. The deceased's name is Cowell. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. The rope that held the water tank up was... Lynette was in the magic box on... I remember there was something...
Let's let these loose and see what works. Oh, that one. Fine.
The deceased's name is Cowell.
Fine.
Now it seems like the hook rope was...
Let's let this one.
Lynette was in the magic box on...
No.
The water from the primordial...
Okay, fine, fine. I think I've got most of these right. It's just not necessarily in the correct order.
Now it seems like the hook rope...
Fine, let's let these... Okay, fine. I'm gonna select this one because I want to see if it does anything. Okay, fine, it's him. Fine, fine, give it to me. Yes, yes, thank you. I'm not impatient, I'm just a bit... Yeah, I'd like to get through this. I want to end at the... Yeah, something I've seen. Let's say that.
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowell would...
I'm basically hoping to get to the third act, and we can do that tomorrow.
Securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Yeah!
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
We're the best. Yeah, we're winning. Oh. We should be winning, not the neutral.
Even I think they sound convincing now.
Is this some guilty till proof infidence stuff? Yeah, I like you, but still, yeah. Be
It seems like the only
humiliated.
point
Be
of contention
humiliated.
remaining is the exact
Meaning?
circumstances that led to Cowell's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
Who
On
is
that note, the
an
guards have just
accomplice?
contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Oh?
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linney's personal effects.
Oh?
What? That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic.
Didn't that happen to you?
Have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close. Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent.
I'm just trying to find out how long the event will take total.
Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea.
Yeah, I don't want to skip dialogue. So I think that's this stuff I'm looking at saying. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to get through the first two. I've got an idea of what happens in some of the others, because I may or may not have watched someone else's playthrough. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but
upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization. Am I right, Mr. Linny?
No.
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
No, it is not. You've just begun to fight. I don't know. Oh.
Oh no. I can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I just feel like something. I might get I really like the Razer headset I've got right now. I've not put the
and we have ample witnesses
I'll talk about this later.
flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale.
Oh really?
Now then, my good
One off the finale, it would seem.
Justice, should we not, in your view, move?
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Yes!
I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linny, if you would be so kind.
Oh?
What in the world is she saying?
I'm
No
very
offense, miss,
intrigued.
but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
You sure?
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lenny and Lynette, give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf.
The Mafia's
But
popped up.
as the magic makers and stars of the show,
They're
I
rigging
shall leave the
things.
final performance to you.
I understand.
Yes? Come on.
And voila.
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
Yes.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin?
Holy!
I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell. I admit it.
I did not see that coming. Holy! Is it self-defense?
My name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
Okay, she automatically gets my defense.
Real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there, and I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lenny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey! No wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief! Lenny even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Well, that's interesting. Okay.
Can a person even hide in there?
Very well. I'll go with it. Okay. A professional thief could.
I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Yeah, now it's time to refute the Hydro Archon's previous reasoning.
We need to tell the entire story from Lily-Ann's perspective.
Yeah. This one? That's not the first, is it? Oh, which one is it? Someone just... Okay, fine. What's this one again? How do you... Come on.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lily-Ann's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Look. Let's finish the bottle. It's not the best. Not terrible. Not inedible. But not the best. Yeah, the vase.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but it was smashed during the struggle between Lily-Ann and Cowell.
Yeah, my water bottle, not water. My glass will taste much nicer.
Lily-Ann was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
Yep. Okay, this is good.
It's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lily-Ann panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lily-Ann had not dissolved.
Yeah.
He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Let's go.
That she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point,
Holy, okay.
all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some
Farina.
dignity?
I'm sorry.
Look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events.
Are we doing
the actual
first
perpetrator of the serial
one
disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Yay! Ooh, we won! We won.
While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately,
We've won.
This case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
We have won. We have won. We have won. See? We have won. We have won. Victory. We have won.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared
Yes!
not guilty.
I might get my hair cut at some point.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Why? Why not?
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
He's dodgy, he's crooked.
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was
still
not
in the
Linny,
first one, aren't I?
but you, yes?
Oh!
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Vtuber.
Who's, like, doing it, though?
This was the best opportunity to do so.
Who is the higher-ups?
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
Oh, yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's dramatic. He turned into water. Oh crap.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness.
Oh, do you know who it is, Navia?
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Oh crap. He's very dead. He's just water. Water! Just water. Not even under the bridge. On it. The problem seems to have been solved for now. We are not needed here anymore.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Yeah, sure. I'm waiting.
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
No, I found a thingy. How long some of the quests take. Okay. Kind of makes sense why I'm here so long. This apparently, just these two are over 5.5 hours of just dialogue. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I didn't wish to see anyone be falsely accused. I just want to be sure we're square. Yes, we're square, not triangles. We are not Delatire fans. Just squares.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time.
Okay.
As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
A knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
Well, I'm just not biologically, but...
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad
And
either.
the knave probably
Better than roaming the streets
did knave
at any
stuff.
rate.
Let's say that. Which is, yeah, good.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh dear.
No. So he was gonna...
Oh no.
But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
So what happened?
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood.
I want to find out of this. I need to see that. I need to find some.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
Yes. Good lady.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans.
Fuck. Holy fuck.
Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
It's all in the past, though. The knave is after the Gnosis, isn't she?
She has her own plans.
Okay.
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis's power when she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth
She's
is currently working
Fontainian,
to
isn't
combat
she?
that crisis.
Kind of makes sense.
Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has their roots in Fontaine. And we will always defend our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
From small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I can't completely trust you.
It's alright. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
I understand. Goodbye. What if we need House of the Hearth level help?
Bye, Linny.
Like, that's an important question I have. I'm tempted to wrap it up after this. I know there's a talk scene with Tartaglia doing some fun stuff. I'm very tempted just to go off and do some stuff.
Hey there.
Choices.
What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
I mean, I could literally make a
this whole thing isn't
quick
exactly over, is it?
thumbnail now.
I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so too?
I'm sorry, Navia.
Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was only trying to defend Linny. I wasn't necessarily looking into the serial disappearances case. Oh shit. Is that why? Okay.
Besides, I'm sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now. And given that there's
Is that why her dad got into the duel?
Breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah.
Oh no, you made us sad. No, no.
I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all.
Yeah.
Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
So I'm done to finish
And we were
the
having so
second
much
tomorrow.
fun investigating with you too.
Which
It's
I
like
used to
having
edit
new
my
waters flowing
things.
into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Well, sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really
Yeah.
need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Fun. Well, if you say so, let's go have a meal then.
To twist Pylon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, count Paimon in.
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a part 2 of this for the second quest. Just realised that this part 2 one for this is the actual as light rain falls that reason, and I've been using that for most of the Act 1 quest. Well, yeah, I think I'll do it tomorrow.
If we didn't keep moving,
so I
we'd
do some
freeze to
stuff
death.
today.
Literally.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, let's try an interesting way of doing it. Okay. I'm noticing edits to the thing from updates, and now I'm slightly curious. Might just start doing some more on my own time, because I'd like to do some of the non sort of main story bit ones on my own. Like, that's my plan anyway. You know, things like the Tarasuna exploration I do on my own and so on. But these ones I'd like to do so I have a record. Okay, that's a bit far. I'm going to teleport over. Like Sneak Boy. Yeah. But you know, we'll see. I've been awake. I've just got the exams. I got my mots next week. Then I've got half term for a week. Then I've got more mots, which is helpful. And my school's fucking helpful with that shit. And so's the IB. And none of them have got a fucking clue how to timetable shicer.
When I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Never mind.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
Yum.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
Oy.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
It's certainly worth celebrating. It's a pleasure to work with you. I love how she's just hovering over the chair. Would you like to sit down, Paimon? Wait, the chair might be too big for Paimon and a bit short. Yeah, it's a pleasure working with you, Nafia.
Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Yay!
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
But you're gonna eat it though. Something is shit in my throat.
Peaches, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Yeah.
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women.
That's my fun
Still don't know
jug.
what they are really after.
It's a fish shape and it makes it gurgle sounds.
Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
Yeah.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct.
Oh no.
It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow
I can frown.
perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times
I did not realize.
in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
So I'm trying to make her useful. What's a nice colour I can use for a thumbnail? I made it very obvious this is part 2. What if I made it more? That's quite a nice blue. That is a fairly nice. Can I rotate this? I can. I can rotate it, and I can put it. Actually, no rotation needed. Put it down here. That. A second. That looks quite nice. I like that. I like it a lot. Surprising. I do like that. It's okay. Fine. It's not the best in the world. But it's quite nice. I'll outline it. Pinch. fairly. Can't I do it? Maybe a bit darker. This is it's kind of weird how I'm doing this while streaming at the same time. Okay, what is this sort of red? Does that match? But it does stand out. It does stand out, and that's quite good, I think. That is very nice. Yes. Okay, we'll continue. We wanted to ask the Hydro Icon for information, but we haven't had the opportunity to do so.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon.
Yep.
I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
We have big brains and skills and
Here
contacts.
and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Let's do it.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
Alright, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then, wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleeping, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
For a sec I thought she'd done it actually herself.
That's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Aww. Come on.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
I can overlook something like that very easily. Very easily. She did nothing wrong.
No more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
It's worth a try, but would someone with her personality really feel shame? Yeah, kind of. I think so.
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Nope.
Was this your drink?
You're drinking it in cups. That's an interesting one.
Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
I have to agree. My drink also tasted that way too. Is that primordial seawater by any chance?
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
I know that's a weird one to jump conclusion to jump to, but
we're stuffed.
I'm not sure if I'm speaking correct English now. Do I even know English? Okay, bye. Oh, is this the end?
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
Silly old Paimon. Silly old Paimon. Silly. Oh, Paimon. Paimon. Oops, sorry. You know, you could try, walking? Perhaps? Or you could try, floating a little lower and saying you're not walking when you are.
Can't you see Paimon's barely an inch off the ground?
You look closer to a foot off the ground. That's 12 of your feet.
As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Oh crap.
Hey,
Don't go
Nadia,
bankrupt.
What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Oh, what's on? Seems that was pretty tough for her. It was a pretty pricey meal. All thanks to Paimon.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
She looks like she has some money though.
Well,
so
if you do encounter any other
she's
trouble
not
in Fontaine,
bankrupt.
you're always welcome to contact the Spina
She
di
can also be
Rosula.
illegal.
I'll give you... in any case,
Thank you.
I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
Bye bye. See you. Bye. Oh, starting the next one. Well, I don't think I'll start it. Oh dear. Well, that shit's going on. What is it? Oh, I can get this. It's nice. Can I get something from here? It's nice too. Okay, what's these rewards? I'll do that later. I will do that way later. But yeah. Oh boy. Maybe I was talking about the actual shit that people are making for me. It's very unhelpful outside of this. Because, of course, they're being unhelpful.
Once there was a claw.
Yeah. Ugh. It's not great. It's fairly short, I think, of a stream. Probably an hour, 30 or 45-ish. It's been quite short for compared to most of my streams. But yeah, I think I'll finish this bit tomorrow. Oh, okay, we get one for finishing these. Okay. So it's 2 and at 3. Not 4 or 5, I guess. Okay. Can we get rewards for finishing these? Huh. Oh, is that just the... Yeah, who knows? Who cares? Oh, I did that a minute ago. Yes, I think... No, what was I looking for? I know exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if there was a quest for this current one. That, like, you know, an event quest. Because I am not sure if there is or there is not, and I do not want to miss that. If there is, and I wanted to stream some, and because I was an idiot, I didn't even play it one, and I missed it. Instead of, you know, even getting a little bit of enjoyment out of it, because that was very smart of me. Very smart of me indeed. Yeah, is this a short time? Oh no, it's this one. Okay, fine. I don't think these matter too much. I think. Oh, let's try a lot of these. Yeah, I'll be fine. I think. Yeah, I think I'll be fine. Just dandy. But yeah, this is the end of the stream. Bye. Bye bye. I think I should be back tomorrow. I intend to be back tomorrow. Which I'm off timetable, I might just stream every day or every other day, even if it's a short while. I want to do a longer Minecraft stream to make up for what I said I'd do, and since I died in the first 6 minutes, I think I died on the dot 6 minutes into starting that stream, which is certainly interesting. Oh, it's a Louis. Bonjour, Louis. You wouldn't happen to get executed, would you? But cheers. But cheers. Yes, give me the monies. All this. Fish and chips. That's definitely not French. But cheers. But cheers. Okay, what is this Fonta? Yeah, I'll purchase one. purchase 2 of your delicious fish and chips, because yeah, we need this. Yeah, what was I doing? Bye 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 bye. Is there anywhere I can go to end this properly? Oh no. Bye bye bye. Wait. Yeah, I'd like to go out and sort of do this proper ending a bit better, but bye bye. Just end the stream. I should just end the stream without saying goodbye. Wouldn't that be interesting? Maybe I'll do that next time. Bye bye. Wee.